When I reflected the former Prime Minister, we were members of the Parliamentary Select Committee that midwifed the constitution-making process. At some point, he was chair, at some point I was chair, but we all participated in this journey. And as I reflected on our journey towards a new constitution, I was reminded in my conscience that when we got a new constitution, we seemed to have said we are done with matters constitution. And that is why I decided that maybe it is time. It may be 15 years down the road, but it's never too late to do the right thing. And that is why I signed a proclamation for us to celebrate this day, the day that we promulgated a new constitution as Katiba Day. And I want to thank all of you for honoring my invitation so that we can do this together. As I reflected on how this should be done, I also was informed by the journey. What we discussed during the constitution-making process is that we had too many holidays. That was actually one of the problems we had, and that is why there was an attempt by the new constitution to consolidate national holidays, that there were too many. And so, it was the reason why I also thought, in the spirit of this constitution, we should not make this a national holiday where there is no work. And partly why I thought maybe we should have this occasion in the afternoon so that people can work in the morning. It was my thinking. But maybe we can refine that as we go forward. But the Constitution of Kenya 2010 was born out of people's deepest desire for justice, inclusivity, and dignity. We longed for a country where power belongs to the people, where no Kenyan is left behind, and where rights and freedoms are guaranteed for all. Today, on the 15th anniversary of the enactment of the Constitution, we celebrate Katiba Day to honor the covenant and to renew our fidelity to its vision. This Constitution is acclaimed across the world as one of the most progressive and transformative. It is our solemn duty to preserve it, protect it, and to ensure its full implementation. Ladies and gentlemen, our Constitution was born out of hard and painful lessons. The tragic events, for example, of 2007-2008 remind us how far our nation could descend when institutions fail, when resources are hoarded by a few, and when divisions are cynically exploited. From that moment of crisis, we made a solemn resolve: never again. Never again would Kenya be brought to the brink of collapse by impunity and injustice. For we knew that we, as a people, deserved better, and our country demanded better. Katiba 2010 became our national testimony, our solemn vow to build a free, democratic, inclusive, and united Kenya. Over the past 15 years, we have walked that journey. We have injected life into this great chapter. Fellow Kenyans, as stipulated in Article 174, devolution has come alive. It has fostered equity by distributing resources fairly and addressing historical imbalances. Many have been mentioned. Matters to do with health. Many counties, for the first time, had doctors in facilities. We've been told about the first cesarean session done in Mandera County for the first time under devolution. And many testimonies could follow. Since the birth of devolution 12 years ago, the national government has transferred a total of 4 trillion to counties. Today, every corner of Kenya has a functional county government closer to the people than ever before. From my first day in office, I affirmed that devolution would not merely be a constitutional provision, but the crown jewel of our democratic governance. I pledge to accelerate the full transfer of all outstanding devolved functions as assigned in the 4th schedule of our Constitution, together with the requisite resources. This commitment was formalized during the 11th National and County Government Coordination Summit in Nairobi on the 16th of December 2024. Today, all 14 devolved functions have been conclusively delineated, unbundled, and formally gazetted, eliminating long-standing ambiguities that hampered service delivery and fueled intergovernmental disputes. To further underscore this commitment, 2 weeks ago, I signed into law 2 landmark pieces of legislation: the County Public Finance Law Amendment Act of 2023 and the County Allocation of Revenue Act 2025. In line with Article 217 of the Constitution, these laws reinforce the principle of equitable revenue sharing among counties, guarantees fairness in the distribution of natural resources, and empowers county assemblies to play their rightful role and clearly define the respective mandates of both national and county governments. Under my leadership, the national government is committed to support devolution by ensuring timely disbursement of funds and steadily increasing allocation to counties. Under the Division of Revenue Act 2025, we have allocated an unprecedented 415 billion to counties. As chairman of the Council of Governors, FCPA Ahmed Abdullahi has affirmed nearly 30 billion shillings more than last year's 387 billion. I know that my good friend Abdullahi has urged that we should enhance allocation to counties. And I have committed that we will continuously do that. But I also want to ask for the assistance of my county government leaders, the governors. The job of mobilizing resources is a very difficult job. As I mobilize resources nationally, I also want you to work with me and to assist me to mobilize resources at the county. Don't leave the business of mobilizing resources to me. Because in the process of trying to mobilize resources so that I can transfer more to the counties, I have acquired names, including Sagayo, and you know it. And I know no county governor wants to raise resources locally, although the law now exists for own source revenue. I would want to ask of you, governors, please, even as you urge me to transfer more resources, because I have to mobilize, also look at the opportunity to mobilize resources locally. Even if you are called Sakayo at the county, it will not make any difference. It is still okay. Ladies and gentlemen, the Bill of Rights, enshrined in Chapter 4 of the Constitution, is the heart of our democratic order. It guarantees every Kenyan fundamental freedoms and socio-economic rights, including the right to education, health, housing, food, water, and dignity, as set out in Article 43. Over the past 15 years, we have worked diligently to breathe life into these rights. And I say this in the full understanding that for citizens of our nation to be able to enjoy our democratic credentials, to be able to enjoy the rule of law and constitutionalism, there are rights guaranteed under Article 43, social and economic rights, that are fundamental to citizens enjoying other rights. A Sikh, ignorant, uneducated, homeless, hungry citizen is very difficult to enjoy democracy, human rights, rule of law, because their status is undermined. And therefore, it becomes fundamentally important for us to make sure these social and economic rights do not continue to be a privilege for those who can afford. They should be a right for every citizen, because that is what the Constitution says. And therefore, I want to ask all of us as leaders in the executive, in the legislature, in the judiciary, that as we exercise the authority that we've been given by the Constitution, let us keep the people, the rights of the people at the center, so that we do not undermine their right to housing. We do not undermine their right to health. We do not undermine their right to education. And that all our acts work in concert to facilitate the attainment of those rights by the people of Kenya. We have worked diligently to breathe, as I said, life into these rights. Free primary and day education has opened doors to opportunities for millions of children from every corner of our nation. We have successfully transitioned to the competence-based education and training system, making our education more relevant, practical, and aligned with the demands of the 21st century. Our student-centered funding model is expanding access for learners while securing the sustainability of our universities. By January next year, we will have recruited a record 100,000 new teachers in just 3 years, a significant achievement that has strengthened our education system and improved learning outcomes across the country. This is in addition to the construction of 23,000 classrooms that have been done in collaboration with our members of parliament using the NGCDF. Fellow Kenyans, Our affordable housing program is delivering safe and decent homes to families across the country, affirming that shelter is not a privilege for a few, but a constitutional entitlement for every Kenyan. Today, over 160,000 housing units are under construction, each one providing not only a roof over a family's head, but also creating thousands of jobs for our young people, artisans, and professionals. As I committed, we will be handing over the next 5,000 units right here in Nairobi, as we do it in other counties this month. On universal health coverage, we are ensuring that illness no longer drives families into poverty, and that access to quality health care is upheld as a right of every citizen. Despite the inevitable challenges of transition, which are being systematically addressed, the progress is demonstrable and undeniable. As of today, 25.7 million Kenyans have registered with the Social Health Authority, a clear indication of confidence in this reform. Through SHA, we are delivering healthcare to millions of Kenyans in direct, practical, and impactful ways. I must commend the county governments for working in partnership for us to deliver on this commitment to the people of Kenya. Ladies and gentlemen, our independent constitution established under Chapter 15 of the Constitution are the pillars that safeguard the sovereignty of the people. The judiciary, parliament, and constitutional commissions operate independently to ensure justice is served, resources are protected, and leadership remains accountable. Yet while independent, they are also interdependent, bound together by the shared duty to uphold the Constitution and serve the public good. Parliament relies on reports from oversight agencies. The judiciary requires laws passed by Parliament, and the executive depends on checks and guidance of all institutions to deliver effectively. This balance of independence and interdependence is the genius of our constitutional design. No arm of government, no office, and no commission can claim supremacy because they are all answerable to the people. In this way, our institutions work not in competition, but in complementarity to protect democracy, entrench accountability, and advance the aspirations of every Kenyan. Federal practices or national values set out in Article 10 of the Constitution are not only a key pillar of our constitutional order, but also the very foundation of our stability as a nation. They remind us that Kenya will always be anchored in patriotism, national unity, democracy, participation of the people, human dignity, equity, social justice, equality, non-discrimination, integrity, transparency, and accountability. Today, on this Katiba Day, as we renew our commitment to the ideals of the Constitution, we must ask ourselves honest, candid questions. Are we truly patriotic? Are we living with integrity, both in public and private? Are we inclusive, leaving no one behind? Are we accountable to one another and to our institutions and to future generations? Corruption is a serious threat to our progress as a nation. It undermines our Constitution, weakens our institutions, and erodes the well-being of every Kenyan. It is a fact that corruption exists in all arms of government and poses a serious challenge. The executive, the legislature, and the judiciary, and each must confront this menace with honesty and resolve. I have always reiterated my resolve to serve as a responsible steward of public resources. We have digitized and automated government services to seal loopholes and eliminate the opportunities for corruption. Today, Kenyans can access over 22,000 services on e-Citizen, up from 325. The results are evident. Revenue collection has risen dramatically to over 1 billion shillings every day, translating to more than 500 billion annually. Yet I admit there is still much more to be done to combat corruption within the executive. Corruption must be chased down every alley, every corridor, and every corner of the executive by every well-meaning official and citizen whenever it is spotted. I, William Ruto, President of Kenya, fully support the rigorous and expeditious prosecution of any corruption case backed by evidence. This is the only way to restore trust, uphold the Constitution, and assure Kenyans that no office, no title, and no individual is above the law. Parliament, too, must rise to its duty by passing laws that entrench transparency and close avenues for abuse. I commend Parliament for passing the Conflict of Interest Bill, now law, which I have signed. This law strengthens ethical standards and closes loopholes that allowed abuse of office. But as Parliament performs oversight and demands accountability from others, it must also remain accountable to the people of Kenya. This calls for a candid and honest conversation within Parliament. Shall members be counted among those who demand and enforce accountability, or among those who undermine the Constitution by entrenching corruption and impunity? That's a question, Mr. Speaker, Parliament must ask itself. Ladies and gentlemen, the judiciary, entrusted under Article 159, must equally guarantee swift, impartial, and credible justice. Justice delayed, it is said, including in corruption cases, is not justice only deferred, but justice actually denied. The judiciary must confront corruption within its own ranks. I am aware of the vigorous and often unsettling conversation around terms like jury pesa. As painful as this may be, they cannot be ignored. If the institution mandated to dispense justice is perceived as corrupt, it not only erodes confidence, but undermines the very Constitution it is sworn to protect. The judiciary must rise to its highest calling, to cleanse itself, uphold its independence with integrity, and prove itself the true temple of justice for all Kenyans. My administration, at the request of the judiciary, has provided resources for the hiring of additional judicial officers, especially judges. So far, in 3 years, we have appointed and have sworn in 47 judges. Another 50 are being recruited as we talk. That will make it 97 judges in 3 years. No other administration has provided such kind of human capital to support our judiciary. It's paid for by the people of Kenya, and it's right for us, as the people of Kenya, to demand expeditious justice to those who come before our courts. In summary, fellow citizens, our national values must not remain words on paper. They must be lived, practiced, and defended every day by every institution, by every leader, and by every citizen. As President, I solemnly reaffirm my oath to uphold, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Republic of Kenya. I call upon all arms of government, the executive, parliament, and the judiciary, as well as our independent institutions, and every citizen of our republic to faithfully discharge their responsibilities in fidelity to the Constitution. Knowing very well that all of us are citizens of this country, every right we enjoy comes with obligations. And those of us who have the privilege to exercise authority, we must know that authority comes with responsibility. And responsibility is accompanied by accountability. And therefore, we must act in the context of what the Constitution allows us to do. For it is not only through our shared commitment that we can secure justice, uphold democracy, guarantee the prosperity of our nation, and truly breathe life into our Constitution, but by doing it together, united as a nation. I am very happy that though late, we have today started the journey to celebrate Katiba Day, so that we can use this day to continue the robust conversation that Kenyans are used to. We have heard from the Right Honorable Raila Odinga the aspects that, in his view, require review. There are those who have other ideas. There are those who think that we have too many constitutional commissions. There are those who think we should change the formula on sharing of revenue. There are those who think, and we should, all of us, as we celebrate this Constitution, we must celebrate the good, reflect on what is deficient, and work together towards making our country better. With those many remarks, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for your attention. Asante sana.
Applause for His Excellency one more time. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. I'll request that we take our seats, and I'll invite the following. We have a session where we are going to have the reaffirmation of the commitment of the covenant, which is the Constitution, and this is going to be signified by signing of the reaffirmation by different individuals who represent various arms of the government. So as we set up the stage, let's have My Land is Kenya done by a trio out of the State House.
My land is Kenya. And for those of you that like to sing along, it is on page 8 of the program. Page 8 of the program, My land is Kenya. Let me also just mention that
Nairobi School, so we had to make sure that it happens.
You only got one mama. You only got one pa. You only got one life to live, no matter who you are. You can go the whole world over, every city has its own.
But everybody living has one place where he was born. And mine is Kenya, so warm and wild and free. You will always stay with me here in my heart. My land is Kenya, right from the highlands to the sea. You will always stay with me here in my heart, here in my heart. You only got one childhood and the memories that spring.
When you see your house, the tree you climbed, and all those precious things.
When faces all out, I had the images the flow. When it comes to us in the land of love, the land where I was born, and mine is Kenya, so warm and wild and free. You will always stay with me here in my heart. My land is Kenya, right from the highlands to the sea. You will always stay with me here in my heart, here in my heart. My land is Kenya. And I can see flags that are being flown at the back there. Thank you very much. Keep them up, keep them up. Thank you. Thank you. Your Excellency, sir, will now progress to the signing of the reaffirmation of the commitment of the covenant. And allow me to invite the following, starting with the chairperson of the Constitutional Commissional Forum, followed by the chairperson of governors, the COG chair, the Chief Justice, Speaker of the National Assembly, His Excellency the Deputy President, and His Excellency the President. So kindly, if we may come to stage, that's the chairperson of the Constitutional Commissional Forum on behalf of the Constitutional Commissions. We have the chairperson of COG chair on behalf of devolved government, the Chief Justice on behalf of the Judiciary, the Speaker of the National Assembly on behalf of Parliament, and the Deputy President on behalf of the Executive, and His Excellency the President, who will begin the signing. So I'll request that we just be on the side here as we will witness as His Excellency will start. And allow me to invite a child who will also just witness. And these are children who were born in 2010, so they are exactly the age of the Constitution. So the first signature is by His Excellency the President. The next one will be by His Excellency the Deputy President. Yes, you can go ahead, Your Excellency. And it reads, I, Honorable William Samoei Ruto, as the head of state of government, renew my commitment to obey, preserve, and protect and defend the Constitution, to protect and uphold the sovereignty and integrity of the people of Kenya. We'll move on to the next signature, which is by His Excellency, the Deputy President. Also a reaffirmation of his commitment, Professor Abraham Kithure Kindiki. Your signature ni fire, si fire. We also have the Speaker of the National Assembly who will sign. The Right Honorable Moses Wetangula. Thank you very much. And the next signature is by the COG Chair. Sorry, Chief Justice, my apologies. On behalf of the judiciary, then, the COG Chair. Your signature ni fire, si fire. And the final one to be signed by the Chairperson, Constitution Commissions Forum, Gersom Otachi. Wonderful. Thank you very much. And I'll request that we just face this way for a photo for all the signatories, to have a photo opportunity, possibly with the children who are there, a photo opportunity of all the signatories. Let me know if it's too wide. While you're still there, allow me to invite the Right Honorable Prime Minister, the PCS, the Attorney General, the CDF, Head of Public Service, to also join in the photo. We can have the children to retreat kindly. We also have another photo for all the children, so not to worry, at the stairs when we finish everything, so the children can retreat. But allow me, while the rest remain there, let's have the Right Honorable Prime Minister, the PCS, the Attorney General, the CDF, Head of Public Service, to also join in the photo. Children, you may proceed to where we are going to have the photo with all the children, which is outside, so you may proceed now. Thank you, Your Excellencies. I'll request that you return to your positions as we will now progress to the retrieving of the instruments. So we can move this screen kindly. If we can move this screen kindly. We have the retreat of the instruments of state, which will be retrieved in the same order in which they were brought in, starting with the Attorney General, who will retrieve the Constitution. So at this point, I will ask that the police band or the band that is available to give us the music as we now retreat the instruments of state, starting with the Constitution, which will be taken by the Attorney General. We may proceed.
Basi Mheshimiwa Rais, hivi sasa mwanasheria mkuu akiweza kuchukua nakala rasmi ya katiba ya Kenya kuashiria kwamba uongozi wa taifa la Kenya unaendeshwa chini, tumshangilie kwa makofi tafadhali, unaendeshwa chini ya katiba na demokrasia. akiweza kuondoka na kwenda kuhifadhi nakala hiyo ya katiba. Mheshimiwa Rais, watakaofuata ni wanajeshi wetu kuweza kuchukua nguzo hizi muhimu za asasi mbalimbali za mamlaka na hali kadhalika vyombo hivi vya mamlaka. Wenzangu kutoka idara ya jeshi, wapo mko tayari tafadhali.
Can the serum effectively reduce dark spots?
The glycolic bright serum works wonders.